So the Springboks side to take on the Irish in the upcoming July internationals has just been confirmed. Now, there were a few delays. South African flight from England actually delayed quite a bit, so they had to delay the squad being announced, but Rassie Erasmus, he's put together a strong side here. We will be looking through them in this video. Now, compared to what we saw up against the Welsh, we've seen a few players taken out, a few new names added back in, but also quite a long injury list that the Springboks have got to deal with. But we will start with the forwards. They are in alphabetical order. It is Pepsi Buthelezi, Ben Jason Dixon, Peter Steph du Toit, Thomas du Toit, Eben Etzebeth. So far, everyone who was already in that Welsh training squad still inside of that Springbok camp. And a new name here, Johan Grobbelaar, comes in for the Vodacom Bulls. Of course, with them making it through to the final of the URC. He was not eligible up until after the URC season finished, and now he makes his way into the side, and that is actually rather than a Joseph Dweber or an Andre Hugo Venter, who didn't actually get any game time in that game up against Wales. So Johan Grobbelaar comes in, and two hookers to go out. Also in the squad, Vincent Koch recently bringing up his 50th match for the Springboks. Sia Khaleesi, he comes back in after playing for Racing 92. He was watching that game between the Springboks and the Welsh, got a massive cheer from the crowd when he was shown on the big screen, and he will be thoroughly looking forward to getting back into that Bok kit. And of course, a couple massive matches in the games up against the Irish, Frans Malherbe, also Malcolm Marx, Bongi Mbonambi, Salman Moura, Franco Mostert, Oxnesheh, Trevor Nakanye, Evan Roos, who actually had over 100 running metres in that game, up against the Welsh, Quagga Smith, RG Snyman, he comes back in. Gerhard Stennekamp of the Bulls makes his way into the side. Marco van Staden of the Bulls alongside Jan-Hendrik Wessels. And then Jasper Wiese, he's still in the squad, but he is still suspended. He won't actually be able to take part in this Irish series. They've still got him in the team. I believe that is due to the fact that he's got his 6-match ban though. So they have to have him in the squad theoretically so that it counts towards that ban. Now I could be wrong in that regard, but I believe that is the reasoning behind Jasper Wiese being selected. I should mention there are a lot of players on standby for that 4-pack, including Jean-Luc Dupré, Joseph Dweber, Nedeling Fouché. They've also got Selimpelo Guamedi, who did actually get called in late for Cheslin Colby in the original squad that was announced. Elric Lowe, Wilco Lowe, Umtadoku Machunu, Ruben van Heeren, and then also Andre Hugo Venter. But looking through at the backs, Lucanio the first name on the list, returns. He was not there originally for that Welsh and Springbok game, but he makes his way back into the side now. Kutli Arendse, he had an injury that originally a lot of people felt would leave him out of this Irish series, but he's already back. He played in that URC final, did look a little bit weary while he was out there on the field, but I think that is always what happens when you've got a player who's just come back from a big concussion. Damien Dialendi, Faf de Klerk, Andre Esterhuizen, Apelele Fassi, I thought he was very strong in that 15 jersey up against Wales. Yes, he got a yellow card, but under the high ball, he was missing absolutely nothing. So that is something that's maybe earned him a spot in a starting lineup up against the Irish. Of course, we will have to wait and see whether or not that is the way they want to go, or whether they do instead go with someone like a Willie Leroux, who is also in the squad, but alongside those men that I have already mentioned, Sasha Feinberg, Ungumat Zulu, Cheslin Colby, Jesse Creel, Willie Leroux, Mani Libok, Makazole Mapimpi, Andre Pollard, Cobus Reinach of Montpellier, so he wasn't available due to the French top 14 now, makes his way back into the side. Morne Vandenberg, Edward van der Merwe, who I thought had a really strong debut up against Wales, and then it is the last man on the list being Grant Williams. Now looking through at the backs that are on standby, they have got Hudson Berg, Jordan Hendrickse, Ethan Hooker, Juan Horn, and also Sia Masuku. So that straight away, I guess, can tell you that Masuku is not hugely high up in terms of that list of Springbok fly halves at the moment. It is still Andre Pollard and Mani Libok, but they have got him available alongside Jordan Hendrickse, who didn't quite have the best game for his debut. Hopefully does improve in the future. So of course, there are 2 games that are taking place for the Springboks, one on the 6th of July South African time, and then the other on the 13th of July with a game up against Portugal to closely follow. But nonetheless, I do thank you all very much for tuning in. We will be going a little bit more in depth with this squad with some videos coming up in the near future, so be sure to check those out. We'll also be covering the Irish series on the channel, giving lineups, previews, all the good stuff, so be sure to hit that subscribe button. But we wanted to keep this one short and sweet, so hopefully I've been able to do that, and I will see you all for the next one.